Okay, so today is September 14th, 2011. This is going to be my final video on how to grow hot peppers. We'll get started. This is my Jamaican hot chocolate. If you remember from the beginning of my series, I had a hard time getting this one to start growing for some reason. Well, now it's doing, great. Flowers all over, green fruits. I've actually got a small plastic greenhouse that I'm going to assemble and place over this one because I want to get as many of these Jamaican hot chocolates as I can, simply because they're my favorite so far. This plant here is around maximum 21 inches, something like that. Okay, Buchalokia. I've already picked about 5 or so peppers off there today that were orange, but take a look here. All kinds of green ones still. If this thing avoids getting frozen, I'll probably still get a few more peppers off here, but Buchalokia is insane. I don't know if I'm ever going to use it. I have no idea. We'll see. I'll make powder out of it. There's no chance that I'm going to be eating any of my peppers whole. I know some people out there like to daredevil it or whatever, but you know what? I know what happens when you eat these peppers. They're frickin' hot. Right? So I prefer to use them as a spice, and that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, this plant here is about 32 inches maximum tall. There's 2 plants here. Okay, so on to the Fatales. This plant was very, very productive. There's 2 plants here actually. You can see that there's some peppers that are, half ripe or whatever. Anything that has a speck of yellow on it, that's coming off today. But like I say, very, very productive. I haven't tasted it yet though, so maybe I will have to have a video on what this stuff tastes like. We'll see. So I think maximum here I've got about 33 inches, just to let you know what you can expect. Tons of these Takanatsumis. I have decided after all that I'm going to dry these for the heck of it. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They have a nice flavor, so we'll see. Maybe I can find something. This one's maximum about 15 inches. Here's my brown habanero, Jamaican hot chocolate habanero. As you can see, tons and tons of green ones on here. That's why I am going to cover this one. This is probably, this and maybe the Fatales are the only ones that I'm going to actually cover and try to save. If I save it, I might get another few peppers off it. This was the New Mex Big Jim chilies. If I had to compare the New Mex to Anaheim, I'd choose Anaheim, although I don't know what the flavor comparison is, so maybe that has something to do with it. I'll find out, I think. Looks like a maximum here of about 32 inches. Same one over here. Here is my jalapenos. They are going to be harvested today. This is my second major harvest of these. There's 2 plants in here. As you can see, they're all over. An interesting thing about this plant is that it seems to produce on the peppers a sort of a sunscreen, or a tan, I guess you could call it. You see how this pepper here is so dark on top, and then if you flip it underneath where the sun isn't, so in a response to the sun, this pepper grows dark. I just thought that was interesting. This is, I think, this is the first time I've grown a jalapeno, so maybe it's common knowledge to everybody, but I found it interesting. Let's see here. It looks like about 28 inches maximum, but most of the plant hovers around 20, 22 inches. These are those Marconis, giant Marconis. This plant wants to keep reducing, as you can see. We've got 4 of those plants here. Yeah, look at here. This plant wants to keep producing, but my climate isn't going to allow it. So these most likely will die tomorrow night. Maximum height here I've got about 41 inches, but most of the plant is around 30, 33 inches, something like that. Yeah, this one here, maximum about 38, somewhere in there. Okay, so here is the last harvest, unless I can squeak out a few more Fatalis and Jamaican hot chocolates. But this is pretty much the last harvest. All these Takanatsumis. I had a change of heart. I was just gonna kind of let them go, but I figure, you know what? If I have somebody over and they don't like habanero, well, here's an excellent alternative. So I will be drying these and making them into powder. I got one giant Marconi. Kind of surprised me. It's hiding. These are New Mex Big Jim chilies. Final crop of those. All of these were hiding. I had to actually look hard to find these. I was surprised how many I found, actually. Then this huge crop of jalapenos. Second crop, huge, Ixtapa. Can't recommend it enough. Beautiful. I'm going to make powder out of some of these and keep some of these for hors d'oeuvres or something. I'm not sure. Buchalokias up here on top. I had to pick some green ones. I already think I have more than enough Buchalokias, but if the frost doesn't kill the plant, I might get a few more out of it. Jamaican hot chocolates, I'm definitely covering those plants. I want as many as I can get out of those since they're my favorite. Fatali, very good performer, awesome, keeps cranking out peppers. It's still got lots and lots of green peppers on there. I'll consider covering that one, although I have plenty already. So anyway, one last look. My final pepper harvest, September 15th. This is pretty much the end of the season. Anyway, unless I do a flavor comparison on my powders, this will be the last video from my series. I hope you have enjoyed them. I've enjoyed doing them. Feel free to leave questions, comments, even suggestions, no doubt about it. I could handle suggestions too. And I will leave you with my 3rd place Takanatsumi, won at the state fair. Oh, incidentally, the prize was $10 for that, by the way. So anyway, goodbye. I hope you enjoyed.